Started. So welcome everybody. My name is Rachel Garcia and I am coming to you live tonight from Jacksonville, Florida, where I live, with some information that I think could truly be life-changing for you and your family. I don't know if it will be, only you know that, but you may or may not have heard about this company PURE, that everybody you're going to hear from tonight has been involved in some way or another. And my goal tonight is to give you a little bit of information from other people's perspectives and how PURE impacted their lives. And so first I'm bringing up my friend Spence. Spence and his wife, Mary Catherine, came in, I believe, about a year and a half ago. You're going to get to hear their story and how it has impacted Spence and his family. So we're trying to unmute you guys, pull up your camera. And you guys are going to get to hear from my friend Spencer Irwin up in Montana, Bozeman, Montana. Hi, Spence.
Hi there. How are you, Rachel?
I'm good. It's good to see you. Last time I saw you was at Amelia Island. So now you're back in snowy Montana, yes?
It's 65 and sunny here today. So yeah, we got some spring weather.
Well, I'm excited for everybody to hear your PURE
Sunday
story. I'm just going to mute out and let you go.
Okay. So my wife was introduced to PURE about a year and a half ago. Like Rachel said, I was a little skeptical at first, just of the whole product line and everything, but I quickly got on board with the products, and they've been great. They've been life-changing. Really couldn't go without them at this point. Let's see, I just got a little checklist. So I was a snorer, or I do snore, probably like a lot of people. The sulfur really eliminated my snoring really quickly. Daily build vitamins I take every day. Couldn't go without them. They're super packed. These aren't GNC vitamins. These aren't Kroger vitamins. This is real awesome stuff. And then I do a meal replacement for breakfast, and I switched from oatmeals and eggs and bacon and toast over to a shake full of PURE products with Mila, protein powder, greens, some other thing, banana and some other things. I kind of make my own little deal. But over the course of that time, I've lost 25 pounds. I'm not I wouldn't say overweight, but I was about 215, 220. I'm down to about 190, 194 or so. And that's just really just consuming the products. I'm an active guy. I like to work out. I love the GPS line for everything that's in there is great for working out. If anybody likes to work out, obviously check this stuff out. It's better than anything you can get in a store. And then it's just what it's done for our kids has been incredible too. So if you're looking at it from a product consuming standpoint.
Tell me about that, Spence. What's happened with the kids? You have 3 kids.
I have 3 kids. Mm-hmm. I do 13, 11, and 9. Everybody takes the products regularly between their own shakes that they like to have in the morning, mm-hmm. And the juices and the daily builds. And everybody has, I'd say, increased focus, regularity. It's, I'm sure Mary Catherine, my wife, has got a lot more noticeable, effects that she can attest for. But it's been great. They make it every day. I mean, I don't think that there's really a day that goes by unless it's like a pancake Sunday that we're not making our own products for food. So
I think the fact that you just threw out their ages so fast was pretty impressive, and then the fact that you've noticed there's an improvement in their focus is really cool. So, and yeah. I know the regularity in the bathroom area has been a big deal in your house. So thank you for jumping on and sharing your story. I think it's good for all guys to hear other guys that were skeptical, and now are you skeptical at all anymore?
No, I'm not. I couldn't go without it. Especially snoring. Was a big deal. I had evidently, I had sleep apnea, which was really real quick. It was for my wife. It was really scary, and I've had dreams and things where you just kind of want to wake up out of a dream and you can't. And I come to learn that was having basically sleep apnea. So I take the sulfur, and when I don't take it, it's I get caught snoring. So. Everything in this that they have to offer is great for you. There's really nothing in here that I could say that I really couldn't go without. So
awesome. Well, thank you Thank you for taking the time out. I know you guys are speaking on a few different things tonight, so we appreciate you taking the time
Yeah,
out to share your
absolutely.
story. I'll see you very soon.
Okay.
Okay,
Thanks.
take care. Bye-bye. So we're gonna have another. We're gonna keep pulling them up for you guys tonight to hear people's stories. Spence didn't talk about it very much tonight, but he and his wife have started multiple businesses, and if you go look up his wife's testimony, she'll talk to you about the brilliance behind the business of PURE. But we're really trying to focus in on the testimonies from the products tonight, so you can get a good picture of what's really possible here. So this is my friend Elisha. Actually, I told my friend Teresa, who told her good friend Elisha, who lives over in Arizona. And she has an absolutely tremendous health testimony. She's been using the product for a number of years now. And Elisha, I think you're unmuted, but you just need to pull your video up. There you are, pretty girl. So please share your story with everyone.
Hi, Rachel. So I have been with PURE now for just over 3 years. I maxed out my credit card the week before Christmas because I was looking for additional income, not knowing just how much this would change everything else. I thought I was pretty healthy. I just had some minor issues like no energy because I'm a single mom and that should be normal, but it's not. Within a few weeks, I was sleeping through the night for the first time in over 14 years. I had low B12 levels and was taking B12 shots, which did absolutely nothing. I was taking prescription vitamin D, and I also had just some minor like pains and stiffness from a prior car accident. And then just off and on over the years, some mild depression, allergies. I had seasonal allergies, and I am happy to say that I am off of everything. My B12 levels have almost doubled. I have not had an allergy symptom in over 3 years. And then the biggest thing for my family happened probably about 6 to 8 months after I started. My daughter woke me up in the middle of the night, and she was suicidal and had been cutting herself. At the time, I did not push it on my kids. If they were teenagers. If they took it, they took it. I encouraged it, but I didn't push it. That night when my daughter woke me up, it was no longer an option in my house. And I am very, very, very happy to say at this point in time, the light is back in her eyes. She is no longer suicidal. She is no longer cutting herself. And at the time, there were no signs. She was a happy child. She smiled, she laughed, and I just don't want to think about what the other options were, but it has changed my life.
Absolutely. Well, I know that's not an easy story to tell, Elisha, but I think you and I both agree that there's probably somebody who needs to hear that. So thank you for being willing to share it tonight. And I'm so glad to hear that your daughter is doing so well. And I just know that things are going to continue to improve. I know you're about to take a trip, so I'm sure the kids are going to be taking it every day while you're gone.
Yes, it's on the list of what they have to do.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon.
Thanks.
So, you guys, as you can hear, the stories just keep coming in, and our products really affect, people at all stages of life, all walks of life, all children, adults, males, females, all age groups. And Irish's story is pretty tremendous as well. And so Irish lives up in New Jersey, and she's got a great story to share as well. So I think you need to unmute, Irish, and then please tell everybody what your experience has been.
Hi, yes, good evening. Hi, everyone. Yeah, my name is Irish. I'm from New Jersey. I have 3 kids. Oh, sorry, I think I lost you.
You're good.
I'm good.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm a full-time healthcare provider. So my story started January of 2018. I was introduced by my coworker. At that time, I'm already into health and wellness, nutrition, so I'm open for everything. So when I saw PURE, I was attracted to the philosophy and the purity of the products and the ease of getting the products, like all-in-one stop shopping. I wasn't expecting anything that will be impactful to my family. But like everyone else, small things like just change, like blood pressure got controlled, hypertension, high cholesterol became normal, minor allergies, gut issue, constipation, bowel, any other bowel issues resolved. But the main highlight of my story is my son. So from birth he suffered from many medical issues. So he was born with facial paralysis that affected his left face and including the hearing. So he wears hearing aid on the left side. But as he was getting older, his right ear hearing is starting to deteriorate. So that really worries me. And then the left ear also is starting to get worse. He went to multiple ear tube surgeries, and we even went to see a specialist that I don't even know exists. So we went to another state for that. They couldn't do anything. We were in like wait and see and what happened to his hearing as he gets older. So we were in process of getting him a hearing aid for the right ear when I was introduced to PURE. Um, when I was introduced to PURE, I immediately started him taking the products. So a week after that, his behavior changed in school. And then his next hearing appointment, which was 3 months after that, the doctor was surprised because his right ear, the hearing went back to normal or within normal limits.
Wow.
The CAT scan going back also, the CAT scan in his inner ear is abnormal. So we were really scared that he's gonna really lose his hearing, but it was just a blessing that he was able to stop the deterioration. And then the left ear also from severe to mild hearing loss now, and it's been stable since then.
Wow.
So that's huge. Another for him is that he suffered from a lot of allergies. He started with peanut, and then it just progressed to multiple allergy reaction on top of another. Even the food that he wasn't allergic to is starting to have some reaction. And his reaction was severe, wherein his projectile vomiting, severe stomach ache, and his lips swells up, his tongue swells up. It was scary to the point that uh, at times he would just have a spontaneous reaction out of nowhere. I'm already very careful. I watch what he eats, but it's really hard to do, especially when they're in school. And that also debilitate him being around his friends during his break time, his lunchtime. He couldn't be around his friends because he needs to be on an allergy table. But anyone that resolved after he's taking the PURE products, and I seen him that he hasn't had any allergic reaction, and that gave me more courage to start to desensitize him with some of his allergy food. So now he can eat seafoods, which is huge. He can eat the mango. He was having reaction in that. Now he can eat that. The sesame seed he can eat now. Some of the tree nuts. I desensitize him from almonds, from cashew, from pecans. He can eat those. I'm slowly doing them one nut at a time. And that's very huge for me. I don't carry any more EpiPen around, and it's been a blessing. His eczema cleared, and it's amazing that we have all these products under our tool belt in case things react, and we have solution that I don't have to grab medication. It's just amazing that these products are like right there. I'm amazing that it exists. It's all in a silver platter. All you just have to do is just grab it. And I can't say anymore. It's unbelievable. I have more stories like the people that I've shared it with. I know I don't have enough time, but I guess that's enough. Just
Iris, tell me, how old was your son when he started taking PURE?
He was 8.
And what all does he take on a regular basis?
He takes the Core Plus. The 4, the Mila, the the Core Plus and all the super fruits, the Immune 6, and probiotic.
Very good. Very good. I'll be teaching on those products in just a little bit. You guys, Irish, thank you so much. I know that you've affected someone's life tonight who needed to hear that. So thank you for jumping on and sharing your story and your son's story. So you guys, we have one more couple that we're going to have jump on tonight. They are, I believe they're in New York. Ebenezer and Adebola having a tremendous story. And I'm excited for you guys to hear from them. Again, all kinds of stories from all walks of life. Although I'm realizing as we're going through this tonight, this is very kid focused, which is fine. I mean, we want people to understand the power of what we give our children and the importance of what we're giving our children. And so Debola and Ebenezer, thank you for joining us tonight. I'm going to jump off and let you guys share your story.
Hi, everyone. This is Debola and Ebenezer. We're in Staten Island, New York. Thank you, Rachel, for allowing us to share our story. We started the PURE journey a couple of years ago, and we have 2 kids. She's going to be 9, my daughter, and my son, 6. Both of us are very pure passionate. So for me, it has been a good journey. As a mother, I recently, at that time, had my son. But prior to that, I just knew that my body was breaking down. I lost a couple of friends at the time that we were having kids about around the same time. And it was sad to hear that it could have been avoided. I read a book about food is medicine. So PURE came at the right time for me with a very heavy heart. My monthly cycle was very excessive. It was just uncontrollable. It was very painful. I used to have severe headaches. My flow was so irregular, and when it's regular is extremely excessive. So when I started in the middle of the month of December, before the next cycle, that same month, I saw a dramatic 360 turn. I could not believe myself. It was nicely regulated, very painless, even though I knew that I had a journey on, in my hands. And within 3 months, I saw my body was just responding nicely. And for my daughter at the time, recently, my phone reminded me of, because she's going to have a birthday soon. And I recorded it and I saw her coughing, and that was a journey from birth. She just usually have this environmental allergy, and it became worse when she was growing up. And I didn't know what to do. Anytime I used the on-the-counter cough mixture, it was either resolving into something else. And I just knew I couldn't deal with it. Now she's able to tell me, she knows what she needs. And it's nice to hear when kids says, I want Noni because it makes me feel this way. I want Daily Bill because it makes me feel that way. I want organic sulfur. And, they take it without hesitation, even with the taste. It's a blessing, I must confess to you, when, you don't see your kids waking up in the middle of the night, just coughing all through the night. It was very, very painful for us. And I've been able to maintain a healthy weight. I just take the products, my bowels are clean. At the time, I also used to have cyst and fibroid. Everything is all cleared. And I'm sincerely very grateful because, like I said, I lost a number of friends, some of them during surgery, just to take out their fibroids. So this is a blessing. And my husband has his own shed side of the story.
Hey, hi, everyone. Thanks, Rachel, for having us. Well, like the other fellow in the beginning of the Zoom call, yeah, I also had, thoughts and opinions about PURE. And I mostly got on board because, I had to try the product and help out my wife a bit. So I will speak on the GPS products because I use those a lot more than the other stuff my wife does. Not taking away from the other aspect of the company, but the PURE GPS line is what I use. I recently started running when COVID started towards August last year, and that's when I actually started incorporating GPS products into my workout. So I use the Hydrate, Circulate, Energize, Adapt, and Rebuild, which are the primary lines there. And I've noticed over time, I've actually increased my endurance, my fitness level, incorporating these things into my workout. I have lost weight, albeit maybe 5 pounds from the last time I checked. And I've been able to keep myself in shape. Blood pressure is great. Heart rate is working well. And my best experience, I guess, will be testimony will be last Sunday was when I did my first ever half marathon. Yeah, this will blow anyone's mind away. I never thought I could do it. And if anyone has run or done a long distance run, you actually do need some kind of energy pack. Because this way, you do get tired as you go along the way. So I started my carb loading the day before with like 2 tablespoons of honey, 12 hours before my race. Had a bagel in the morning, but the key part of this was that I actually took the Adapt, Circulate, and Energize along with my bagel. That was the only meal that I had for the day, and that was the only source of energy I had. And I was actually able to complete the half marathon, 13.1 miles in total, in a good time, 2 hours and 10 minutes. And the good part of it was like, I really didn't have to take any other form of energy source, which I did have a packet of honey in my pocket, but I found out at the end of my run, I never actually had to use it. So that was a plus for me. And I've actually had people ask me, what do I do when I run? I said, well, I only take this product, this GPS Energize, and that's all I take during my runs. Once I start running an hour and a half, 2 hours, I'm always just on Energize. The branch amino acids in the combination is actually great because it replenishes your energy, lost amino acids, electrolytes. And as a physical therapist, it actually does help. So when I do use this, it's something that I can actually be proud of. And I no longer have to go to GNC to buy new products, even though GNC is closed down, which is a good thing. I have this GPS line that I just take from now on. And hopefully I can, I'll be able to complete a marathon within a year using the products.
Awesome.
And that's pretty much my testimony.
You guys are great. Well, you may or may not know, we have a marathon runner in Montana as well, who has tremendous testimonies about the GPS line and his recovery afterwards. So you had just started running them, but I think if you compare your recovery results to people who don't use the sports line,
it's great. Yeah,
you'll find tremendous results. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for jumping on and sharing your story tonight. And so everybody that's watching, I'm sure you're starting to think, well, what is this PURE stuff? What are they talking about? And I'm going to do my very best to give you a little bit of information on this product and this company so that you can make an educated decision. Hopefully you're leaning in a little bit. You're thinking, I'd like to learn a little bit more. And so I'm going to start by sharing with you my family story. When I found out about PURE, I was clearly overweight. I actually had just finished 3 months with a personal trainer in this picture, and I only lost 3 pounds, and I spent about $3,000. And so I figured I just wasn't going to be able to lose the weight. This baby was 9 months old on my hip, and I kind of got frustrated and threw in the towel. My brothers called me. So typically those people who are looking at PURE are usually looking at it because somebody that they believe, like, and trust asked them to take a look. And so my brother said to me, will you please give us your feedback on the nutrition side of this? Well, I'm a healthcare provider. I'm a physician assistant. At this point in my life, I was practicing medicine 12 hours a day. I saw 60 to 70 patients a day. And my nephew had just been diagnosed with severe autism at the age of 3, and we had been told he would never speak. And so I'd begun to do a lot of research on nutrition. Although it didn't look like I was juicing and had an organic garden and I was supplementing a lot, I was. And so when I was asked to look at this, I agreed to take a look, and I immediately said, everything this company has lines up with what I know to be true. And if I don't have to go to the health food store and turn all the bottles over looking for the right kinds of vitamins and nutrition that I know is good, and I don't have to buy my omega-3s from this company and my calcium from that company and my greens from this company, I'm in, give it all to me. And you guys, fast forward 3 months and I'd lost 33 pounds. My sleep issues were totally gone. My 3-year-old had horrible issues with constipation in the picture on the left. That resolved in a week. No more bleeding, no more crying on the bathroom for him. But the real transformation in my life was my husband. Although he struggled with weight as well, it was really a mental issue for him. He struggled with depression. He struggled with anxiety. He struggled with anger issues. I was encouraged to put him on antidepressants, but being a prescriber, I knew what that road looked like. After he started on PURE, it took 6 weeks for us to see his anger and depression issues totally disappear. His mood leveled out. And on the picture on the left, he's in his mid-30s, and the picture on the right, he's in his late 40s. And I show you that to say our lives drastically changed, not for a short period of time, but for as long as we've been consuming these products. The real trigger for me was my nephew, though. We were told he would never speak. You guys, he screamed all day long at the age of 3. My sister could not communicate with him. Within 6 weeks of using, 3 months of using the PURE system, he started speaking. He is now a sophomore in a public high school making straight A's. That transformation made me say, shame on me if I don't change this with others, if I don't share this with others. And so I show you this picture so you can see the ages of my boys now, and to let you know this is not something that is fast, that is like, oh, good for them for 30 days. What happens when they stop using this? You don't stop using this. You continue to add the products to your regimen day after day after day. I've now been involved with the company for 12 years and recommending this system for 12 years. And it's my opinion that the majority of the health issues we face in America are the result of 3 things. We are toxic, we are out of balance, and we are severely undernourished. All of us have lived through the age of putting food in a Tupperware container, saran wrap on the top, sticking it in a microwave. Those plastic particles are in our bloodstreams. Studies have shown. Herbicides, pesticides, fungicides in our food. You guys, we are being poisoned. The stuff we're putting on our skin, what we're breathing that's coming out of the back of the cars. We have 7 eliminatory methods for our body to cleanse out toxins, which I'm going to talk about in just a moment. But most of us do not ever activate and help those organs to clean out the toxins like they're supposed to. So we're being poisoned. Why is cancer expected to overtake heart disease in the next year? Because more people are dying of cancer than have ever died of cancer. And if you stop and think about why, this is a huge reason, friends. We're out of balance. We're staring at our phones too much. We're not getting enough sleep. We are literally sitting on our butts all day long. Sitting is the new smoking. When you're sitting, your body is literally a cesspool of toxicity. Rather than moving and getting your lymphatic system flowing so that you can eliminate all the toxins, most people are sitting and not getting nearly enough exercise. And then we're all, of course, for the most part, severely lacking in nutrition. I don't care if we're talking about an 85-year-old grandparent or an 8-year-old child. What we are eating on a daily basis is not what we were supposed to be eating. There's a great study a book called The China Study. It's the largest human population study ever done. And they wanted to know, why do some people get sick, really sick? And then others live to be into their hundreds. They live in the blue zones. You guys have heard of that? What's the difference? And they learned, it says it right here on the back, it came down to 3 things: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. One group of people ate plants, plants, and more plants. The other group of people ate meat, dairy, sugar, soda, coffee, bread. I don't have to tell you who the healthy group was. Now, I'm not here to tell you to go vegan or to give up your meat. I'm aware that that's likely not going to happen. I'm here to teach you about cleansing, balancing, and building. These 3 pillars of health are what this entire company is based on, teaching people to cleanse, balance, and build very simply and very easily. And you would think that this is easy already, but it's not, guys. We have 7 eliminatory organs: our lungs, our liver, our skin, our lymphatic system, our kidneys, our blood, and our intestines. The blood actually moves the toxins out. We have a way to help those organs get detoxified, get the sludge out, because we're putting so much more negativity and toxicity into our bodies than our grandparents ever consumed, and we're not moving enough and allowing the organs to cleanse. It's like taking your car in for an oil change. We take our car in for oil change every 5,000 miles because my Lexus is going like this if I don't. The car manufacturer knows that car is not going to make it 200,000 miles if I don't get the oil changed regularly. When was the last time you had your oil changed? And people go, oh, I poop every day, I'm fine. No, it's not just about pooping, friends. It's about cleansing all the organs out. Then we're going to pour plant-based nutrition in so that your body can start to work and your cells can regenerate with plant food and work the way they were made to work. You heard a few people tonight mention the Core Plus. Our company has over 50 products, but as a healthcare provider, I figured out early on what the perfect combination was for my patients, for my friends, for my family, that we literally filled in every missing gap with these products. I'm not going to go through each one extensively because time is short, but I will direct you to where you can go see some videos where I quickly walk you through what is in the Core Plus. But basically, we have a number of cleansers. Our cleanse, you see the little green bottle there, you take it at night before you go to sleep. It cleanses out all of those 7 channels of elimination. The Mila also is a cleanser. It goes through like a bottle scrub brush into your intestinal tract, cleansing out all the nooks and crannies with the insoluble fiber. But then the soluble fiber also is huge for cholesterol and blood pressure. But the real secret ingredient in Mila, it's a blend of chia seeds that are high in omega-3s. Where the seeds are grown, how they're opened are huge with how well your body absorbs that nutrition. Omega-3s are essential fatty acids. You have to have them for the brain to neuron connection to work the way it's supposed to connect. So if you struggle with focus, if you struggle with clarity, if you struggle with insomnia, if you struggle with pain, omega-3s are huge for pain. If you struggle with nerve pain, if you struggle with leg cramps or leg spasms or migraines, it could be that you are deficient in omega-3s. We have our calcium, magnesium, potassium, vitamin D mix called Calcium MK, all plant sourced, no dairy. Dairy is not a good source of calcium. It's alkalinizing instead of acidifying, which is what cow's milk does to you. It tastes amazing. And if you struggle with migraines, if you struggle with low vitamin D levels, which can cause you to be sluggish and tired and chronic fatigue, if you struggle with brittle bones, brittle teeth, gum issues, osteoporosis, migraines, this product might be your favorite product. Sulfur is a mineral that we used to get, our grandparents got from the food decades ago. Now they're using chemical fertilizers in our food, and agricultural studies have shown that the foods grown today are up to 40% deficient in vitamins and minerals when compared to food grown in the 60s. We're filling in all those bases for you. So if you struggle with asthma, allergies, eczema, pain, joint pain, arthritis of any kind, sulfur might be your best friend. Our vitamin, our daily build vitamin, is the most comprehensive whole raw food vitamin you'll find on the planet. I have a whole video explaining it, but basically you healthy people, you're like, I need resveratrol and I need CoQ10 and I need turmeric and I need this and I need that. We've got it all in here and it's in food form. So your body immediately absorbs it and knows what to do with it. Our Goyin is a balancer. There's a clinical study published on this product and it's calming. I often say it's like wine without the alcohol. So it causes you to not be so angry and irritated all the time. The little things don't matter anymore. So if you struggle with rage, depression, anxiety, this might be your favorite product. And then our energy product comes in sticks or a tub. It's meant to replace acidic coffee in the morning, where the Monster or the Red Bull or the soda that you take for the pick-me-up in the afternoon. This is plant brain food. You mix it up in water. It tastes amazing. Drink it down fast and it gives you 6 to 8 hours of focus. I wish they would call it focus instead of energy. Friends, when people take these 7 products every day for 28 days, there's 6 things that typically happen. Weight loss without trying, more energy throughout the day, better sleep at night, rested sleep, waking up without an alarm clock, better bowel habits, better mood, although you don't always notice that, everyone around you does, and then reduction in pain. It doesn't happen for everyone. I'm not going to make claims about what's going to happen for you, but friends, I walked away from practicing medicine in 2020. I will never, ever go back to cutting cancers out of people or writing 200 prescriptions a day because I found a better way. People need to realize they don't have to be sick. Now, sometimes people see this and they go, oh, how hard is this? I don't know that I can do it. This is my little guy. It's probably 2 years ago. He's about 9 or 10 years old in this, showing you how he takes his products every single morning. Look at how fast. I often say my boys get more nutrition than their whole class gets in a week in this 30 seconds in the morning. They're happy to take it. They ask for it because they can feel the results, as you heard from the people earlier tonight. So we're literally giving you whole raw food nutrition from the inside out. You guys, you heard a number of testimonies tonight. We have pages and pages and pages of testimonies, like Summers, who has totally migraine free since being plagued with them her entire adult life. Getting started on Pure, she has not had another one. Brandon just finished the detox. Actually, I think he's still doing it. Down 20 pounds, lost 5 inches off of his chest, 6 inches off of his stomach. I'll talk to you about the detox in just a moment. It's a calendar program. And so if you're interested and you know I drink too much, I eat too much, and I don't want to lose a little weight, I'm ready for a radical change. We have a food guide. We have a meal plan that incorporates the Core Plus products, plus some fat burners and some metabolism boosters. An amazing program. As you can see with Dr. Akpala, the weight loss, as I said, it's one of the first things we typically see. And she saw that weight loss with a combination of the Core Plus and the detox. Rick and Michelle Weathersby have thrown all of their prescription medications in the trash. You guys, there's so many people that watch this and they're skeptical, but I just want to ask you, if 90 days from now you were able to throw some prescriptions in the trash that you don't like taking, would it be worth it to give this a shot? Carrie gave it a shot, and it took her about 6 months before she decided she had to share this with others. And now she's making $2,000–$3,000 a month because people saw her radical change, asked her what she's doing, and she started sharing it. Now I talk about that because it's important. All we do here is share information. We're all sharing information every day. I was in Memphis, Tennessee a couple days ago asking about where to go eat. People there are not going to send me to a restaurant where I'm going to get food poisoning. Whoever's recommending you to take a look at this is recommending it to you because they think it could change your life. It probably changed theirs. Now, all of us have had people recommend different companies. I'm sure as a PA, at least once a week, somebody would say, oh, take a look at this shake, take a look at this wrap, take a look at this. I was very skeptical. In fact, I would even say I was cynical about everything I was introduced to. So let me share with you some of the things that caught my attention. First was the fact that this system of Cleanse, Balance, Build was used in a clinical practice with patients for 30 years before the company started. Unlike so many companies out there that start as makeup companies or oil companies, and then they kind of transition into health and wellness companies because everybody's looking for that as we go into this time in our country where people are looking to try to be as healthy as they possibly can. We started because there was a demand. There was a 3-year waiting list for people to get into that clinic to get on this system. And they decided to start a company, but only spread the news by word of mouth. That caught my attention. I knew with my master's degree in clinical medical sciences, I couldn't out-research 30 years of clinical experience with patients. Our products have third-party testing. Many of our products are listed in the physician's desk reference. This is very validating for someone who was a prescriber for 20 years. And then we have FDA-registered facilities. Our products come in the ingredients from all over the world. Our noni comes from the Polynesian Islands. Our goji comes from the Himalayan mountains. Our chia seeds come from near the equator at very high elevations, and they come into these FDA-registered facilities because supplements and food are not FDA approved. Pharmaceutical medications are FDA approved, but thankfully we don't have pharmaceutical medications. One of my goals is to help people throw pharmaceutical prescriptions in the trash. Okay, but we do have FDA registered facilities. So we're checking off all of those boxes for safety and quality control for you. So basically this is online shopping. 2 years ago, when I was talking about this, 40 to 50% of my viewers were doing online shopping. Now everybody's doing online shopping. You guys, it's the click of a button. It comes to your house. You don't have to do any more research. They've done the research for you. And so you can go right now to purelifechangers.com if you want to watch that video on the Daily Build or the video on the Core Plus, or you want to hear the Wellness Advisory Panel, the medical doctors educating on the products and why they recommend them to their friends and to their patients. And then you can also, some of you are watching this in this group right now, ask to be added to our Changing Lives with Pure page. It is a page full of testimonies. You see this yellow magnifying glass? Use that. Once you're in, you have to be accepted in, so make sure you say who invited you. And once you're accepted in, you can use that. Type in ADHD, type in migraines, type in cancer, type in whatever you want to type in, and pull up the thousands of testimonies of people sharing how these products have changed their lives. So you can go shopping right now at livepure.com. Go to livepure.com. Throw your products in the shopping cart. When you check out, I would encourage you to become a preferred customer, because as a preferred customer, you get 25% off the retail price. And basically all they ask for is your email address. No obligation to purchase again, no membership fee to get that 25% discount. So I want to really encourage you to when you check out, choose to be a preferred customer, and then you're going to create an account and it's going to ask you who sent you. So be sure to add the name of the person who invited you to take a look. You can throw your detox package into the shopping cart, or you can do a mixture of our super fruits. You keep hearing about the GPS, the sports line, our super fruits, which I've touched on very briefly. I will basically tell you, anybody who's over the age of 40, at a bare minimum, they need the Core Plus and the super fruits. Okay, the Core Plus is $275. It's less than $10 a day for you to jumpstart your body. Do I need that every month going forward, Rachel? No. Most people do the core plus and the superfruits, and then they figure out what they love, what they can't do without. At that point, they know. And they order usually 2 to 3 products, maybe 4 products a month going forward. Totally dependent on each person, but I will tell you we have a 93% repurchase rate. I am briefly going to share with you. I mentioned earlier my friend Carrie making thousands of dollars a month just by sharing this with others. If you're thinking of people right now that you could share this with, if you are struggling financially and you don't know if you're going to have a job next month, or you've eaten away at your savings, or you've acquired a lot of credit card debt in the last year, I would encourage you to listen a little bit closer right now. Those of you who just want to order products, I've already told you how to go do it. Go to livepure.com, start shopping, choose preferred customer at checkout. We love our customers. In fact, the majority of the people who consume our products are just customers. But my husband and I have been able to create a crazy financial change in our life. I used to worry when these guys were little. I wanted to send them to a specific private school here in Jacksonville, and I couldn't afford it. I was capped out on my salary as a PA. My husband I'd encouraged him to open a construction company. It was doing great in 2007 and 2008. It plummeted down to nothing. And I was very frustrated financially that I didn't feel like I could get ahead. You guys, we now make more in a week than the two of us combined used to make in a month. That's huge. And that's working very part-time. And for years, that was the case for us. We were financially doing well. But now after 12 years, I've come to a point where my goal is to help you achieve what it is you're trying to achieve, whether it's $100 or $200 a month to pay for your products, $500 a month to pay for your car payment, or it's a couple $1,000s a month to pay off credit card debt and get ahead. That is what we're all about here. You do not have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to figure out how to do it, but I will tell you, it is a fabulous way to leverage your time, because when you decide to get started with us, basically you get a lot of employees who work for you. We have a system in place that teaches you exactly what to do. We teach you how to invite people to watch a presentation like this. We teach you how to send them the link so that if they order because of you, you begin to get weekly checks. The cash flow here is fabulous. Phil Knight is one of our investors. He's the original founder of one of the largest shoe companies in the world. He's no longer involved with that company, but his involvement is what caused my friend Skip to join. He watched a presentation like this. He told his wife, Kristen, before we were even 10 minutes in, I'm in. Anything that man has touched has turned to gold, and I want to partner with him. And they have created significant income that has given them more time with their girls, as Kristen used to be working on the road, sleeping in hotel rooms over 200 nights a year. That's all totally changed since they've gotten started with PURE. Josh and Ashley's stories is one of my favorites. They were $30,000 in debt. No way to get ahead. No way to get ahead. Josh knew me. He was watching me. He had all these excuses in my head about why he didn't want to do this. And of course, Rachel can do this. And then he got over the excuses and he said, I'm going to do it. You guys, he made $30,000 in his first 6 weeks in the business and paid off all of that back debt. And then he continued to create income in PURE that he was then able to use to go purchase real estate investments. They now have 8 real estate properties that pay them monthly. He's a director of a nonprofit program for underprivileged children, capped out at his job. No way to get ahead. No way to get that money to invest in real estate. I often say PURE gives you the financial fuel you need to do the things you're passionate about. You may have had bad experiences in companies like this in the past. Let me encourage you, do not let one bad experience cheat you from something that could change your life forever. Did you ever go on a bad date? I know I did. When I was in my 20s at the University of Florida, I went on some bad dates. Thankfully, I didn't swear off men because I met my husband the night I turned 21. We've now been married 23 years next month and have 2 beautiful boys. Don't let one bad experience or something you've seen or heard somewhere else say to you, no, this can't work for you. Some people go, isn't this one of those things where the people at the top make all the money? And I'm like, do you mean like your job? Like where I used to work, where the doctor made the most, and then the vice president of the company, and then the manager, and then the PAs, and then the nurses and the secretaries. Secretaries could never make as much as the doctor. I could never make as much as the doctor. I was reminded of that continuously. No, it's nothing like that. It's actually the opposite, because here there is no cap to how much you can make and how many people can make that. You can do whatever you want to do here. But what's really beautiful about it is, let's say you say to me, Rachel, I don't really want to spend a lot of time on this, but I do know some people that would be interested. The company's way of saying thank you so much for sharing this is to give you, they take a percentage of every single profit, every single sale made, and they take a percentage of it and give it back to the people that had something to do with that person finding out about it. So instead of paying a marketing firm and billboards and commercials and radio ads, they're paying people like you and me just to do word of mouth advertising. Okay, and we literally have traveled all over the world as a result of this. Only in the US, about 50,000 people even know we exist. But we're in Korea, we're in Australia, we're in New Zealand, we're in Canada. And yes, your business can be growing in those areas. Think of it. What if you called your sister and your sister's neighbor, now old neighbor, now lives in Australia, and she calls her neighbor in Australia? You could have a vending machine in Australia. And every time that old neighbor in Australia purchases product, you're going to get paid. But then what if the friend in Australia tells somebody and tells 10 people? You wake up and there's 10 vending machines in Australia. See, timing is key. Whoever invited you to watch this tonight, they're only building 2 teams. The people who join tonight are either going to go on the left team or the right team. The people who join tomorrow are going to go underneath the people who join tonight. The people who join next week are going to go underneath those people. What does that mean? That means that their orders benefit you if you come in tonight. Literally, their orders go into a savings account for you that you can begin to cash in on as soon as you begin sharing it with others. It's brilliant. I can walk you through that. If you have questions, I'll stay on for a little bit and answer questions, but I'm going to tell you, like David and Lindley here, your life can be changed. I will have Lindley sharing tomorrow night, she and her husband's story. I'm going to be doing this exact same presentation again live tomorrow night, Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, with 4 whole new stories. Lauren is a kindergarten teacher with 2 5-year-old twin girls. You tell me that woman's not busy, and I will say you are a liar. If you're sitting here telling yourself, I'm too busy, I don't have time to do this, then how did she do it? How did I do it when I worked 12-hour days with 2 babies and 2 businesses plus a full-time job? How did we do it? We figured out how to do it so that you can do this in very little time. You do not have to reinvent the wheel. Will and Susan live in Montana. They've traveled the world with me. They were in Bora Bora with me in 2018. They're going to Italy with me next year because the company says, thank you so much for changing other people's lives. Do you like to travel for free? Then this is a great business to take a serious look at. So go online, pick your pack, you guys, livepure.com, throw the Core Plus in there, throw the Detox in there, whatever it is that you're most interested in. But if you're interested in the business, I want to encourage you to look at one of our business packages. There's 3 business packages. Basically, the higher the business package, the more return on investment, the more benefits to you. The most you can spend here is just under $2,600. And when I saw that, I said, this is not a business. I don't know if you've ever started a business, but I have. And this was the cheapest business I ever started. And I was going to get to eat it. When I opened my skincare retail store, I didn't get to use those products. I had to sell them. I ate this. And because I got this big package when it came in, I wasn't like, oh, it's mine, I'm not going to share it with anybody. I gave it to my sister. I gave it to her son. I gave it to my husband. I gave it to my kids. I was more than happy to share it because I wanted to see the results. And I think if I'd had my results, that would have been great, but I don't know that I would have been here. I don't know that I would have been here if my husband's depression hadn't totally changed, if my nephew hadn't started speaking. I don't know that I would have realized the power of what we have our hands on. So I really want to encourage you to look at that family pack, because it's enough for your whole family to see results, use and see results, but you get a lot of other benefits. You get access to our VIP site where there's special mentoring and coaching. You're going to get 50% back on your repeat customers' orders for 5 months. That's huge return on investment for you. It's a faster way to earn income as you begin to share this with others. And remember what I said, most people join as customers. Access to our biannual team retreats, options to have a Black Diamond in your organization record a private Zoom for you to share with your friends so they see you in the beginning of the presentation, like many people did tonight. Get added to the free Go Yin for Life subscription program, and then 1 free ticket to one of our upcoming events, as well as a Life Changer business training pack. So I would encourage you to take a serious look at that family package. And as I wrap up, I want to tell you, when we first started going on trips, this is my friend Will and Susan, when they first started going on trips, it was just the 2 of them. Okay, when my husband and I first started going on trips, it was just the 2 of us. And then it started to grow. And then it started to grow. And we started to travel the world with people, just teaching them how to easily share this with others. I do the talking, I do the work, I do the question answering. We're just going to teach you how to share this with others so you can get results. And you guys, there is no feeling like traveling the world with people who've never flown first class, who've never been on a vacation where someone else pays for everything. And that is a gift that we actually absolutely get to give to you. And I will tell you, in this picture are 2 of my 3 brothers. And to be able to travel the world and stay at 5-star resorts with my 2 brothers on the company's dime is absolutely priceless. Who would you want to travel the world with? Who would you want to stay on a yacht in the Mediterranean with for a week? Think of that person, because your lives can absolutely be changed. But if you don't change, If you don't take a step forward, nothing's going to change. I can promise you that. Are you sick of the cycle that you're in? We are handing you the information and everything you need to make a radical change. And so I'm going to stay on for just a minute and answer some questions. And looks like my screen's a little bit blurry, but I'm going to stay on and answer some questions, some of the most commonly asked questions. Some people say, let's see if I can get this to come back at me. Yes, there we go. I'm not good at sales. Well, whoever invited you here tonight, did they say very much of anything? They shouldn't have. Probably not. They probably just said, I need you to take a look at this. You don't have to be good at sales. I'm actually really not good at sales. I'm really good at giving information. I'm very, very truthful here. And you don't have to be good at sales. We are literally just asking people to take a look at a presentation, and they know within the first 10 to 15 minutes if they're interested or not. Again, the time question comes up oftentimes. You know, I'm worried about my time. I don't have a lot of time. I'm really busy. If you can make one phone call a day, that's what I did in the beginning. I made one phone call a day on the way to work. Hey, Barbara, I've got something. You've got to take a look at it. I'm pulling into the office right now, but you know, multiple streams of income is smart. My husband and I have come across something that's totally changed our lives. I want you to take a look. If I send you a video, will you watch it? And I'll call you on my way home tonight. They would usually start asking me questions and I'd be like, I don't have time. I have patients waiting for me. And then when I call them back, if they start asking me questions, I would say, I'm just the messenger, but I have a business partner who works for me full time. Let me plug you in with them. You will have a business partner who works for you full time to answer the questions. So feel free to invite people. Feel free to know that you don't have to spend a lot of time doing this. Your only goal is to get people to watch a presentation. That's it. Now, usually they'll watch it if they believe, like, and trust you. So we have a whole training that you will go through. You'll receive a welcome text with 3 steps, exactly what your next steps are to do before you start opening your mouth and telling anyone about it, because we've been doing this 12 years. And we know it works and we know it doesn't work. So thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. I hope that this got you thinking about what you're putting in your children's bodies, your husband's body, your body, about the time freedom you have, financial freedom you have or don't have. And I want to encourage you to invite somebody, maybe your spouse, maybe your sister, maybe your mom, to join us again tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then get back to the person who invited you and let them know where you're at. I'm interested, I'm not interested. Let them know where you're at. The timing is different for everybody, and we totally get that. We're just going to keep screaming this message from the rooftops because people deserve to know that they don't have to be sick. Take care, everybody. God bless. Bye-bye.